private schools, providing education to an estimated 1.5 million children in Lagos State. From census data, it is estimated that there are approximately 18,000 private schools in Lagos. Many of these are low-cost schools with fees below 25,000 naira per year, serving low-income families. DEEPEN takes an innovative Making Markets Work for the Poor, or M4P approach, to reform the low-cost private school sector through market-based initiatives.
We're looking at the regulatory environment. What are the issues with regulating private school? And what we found was that many of the schools were unregistered schools, and that status of being unregistered was also affecting the schools. Then digging deeper to understand what were the issues, why were they not being registered, we found that many of the requirements that government was asking for was very difficult for the type of schools that we were dealing with to achieve.
In Lagos State, some years back, some schools have been closed down because they didn't merit the approval. The government wants you to have a plot of land with 13 rooms and 4 special rooms, library, computer room, sick bay, and HH office. But where you can afford that one, you cannot be approved. And that's a big challenge to most of us.
We have the issue of tax. We have the issue of local government. You say local government coming in indiscriminately. Some of them, they will tell you they are environmental. Okay, what do you want to check in our environment? Some of them will tell you they are sanitation. Environmental is different from they tell you. Some of them don't even know why they are out.
So we came from a point where they didn't even accept that these schools were in existence. They did not want to recognize that they were there. But then with the data in their face, they were able to say, okay, yes, they actually are in this space, but we are not happy with them. And then getting them to understand that if you decide to close them down because you are not happy with them, the children who are in this school will become a burden to you. Now, the graded assessment of private schools is a framework that gives recognition to all schools, whether you are registered or not, whether you are approved or not. Every school gets recognition. So the grading on one side would help the government to better regulate the sector, because with that grading, they would know where each school is in terms of performance. And then for the financial institutions, it gives them some level of comfort that government is aware that this school exists, and then the risk of closure is limited. So that was what GAPS was intended to do. And then in addition, to provide information to parents.
The GAPS program is something we're committed to, it's something we're going to do. But I must say that DEEPEN must be credited for helping us as a government, to really understand the scope, the depth of private sector investment in Lagos State. The numbers, most of the numbers we have today, were things that were started by DEEPEN. Yes, as government now, we're now investing more funds in doing that. But I must say categorically here that they played a critical part in bringing these figures to the fore, which really got us to say to ourselves, hey guys, we need to rethink the way we look at things. So that's very critical to us.
The attitude of government change completely. We are now working together. So they begin to understand us, asking us the way we are supposed to operate and what they are expecting from us.